He raised his glass at the backyard barbecue, grinning like he was about to tell the funniest story of the night. 20 people circled the fire pit, laughter still hanging in the air from the last joke. Then he looked straight at me and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Honestly, Mia, I don't know how you do it. Staying loyal to someone who's never around? That's not devotion, that's just sad." The laughter died instantly. My best friend Lauren froze beside him, her smile crumbling. I felt the heat rush to my face as every head turned toward me, waiting for tears or anger or some kind of scene. My name is Mia. I'm 31, a pediatric nurse in Austin, Texas, where summer evenings stretch long and humid. Lauren and I have been inseparable since freshman year at UT. We lived in the same dorm, cried over the same breakups, celebrated each other's first real jobs. When she started dating Connor 3 years ago, I was happy for her. He's a sales director, charming in that easy, confident way that fills a room. They moved in together fast, got a rescue lab named Scout, and started hosting these big gatherings at their house in Travis Heights. I was always invited, always the one who showed up with homemade guacamole, and stayed late to help clean up. My boyfriend Javier is an ER doctor. 12-hour shifts, overnight calls, holidays spent saving lives while I eat takeout alone. We've been together 5 years, living together for 2. The distance isn't dramatic. It's just constant. Missed dinners. Canceled plans. Texts that say running late, love you instead of actual conversations. I never complained in front of others. I'd smile when people asked about him, say he was working, change the subject. Loyalty felt like the least I could give him for everything he carried. That night, Connor's words cut deeper because they weren't completely wrong. I had been making excuses for years. But hearing them mocked in front of our entire friend group, people who'd watched me wait by the phone, who'd seen me leave parties early to bring Javier dinner at the hospital, turned private ache into public shame. Lauren reached for Connor's arm, whispering, "Stop," but he just shrugged and took another sip of his beer. I could have snapped back. I could have left. Instead I stood, walked to the cooler, and pulled out a bottle of water. My hands were steady, even if my heart wasn't. When I came back to the circle, I pulled my phone from my pocket, opened an email I'd saved for weeks, and held it up so the screen faced them. "Since we're sharing opinions tonight," I said quietly, "here's something I've been sitting on." I turned the phone toward Connor. The subject line read, "Transfer confirmation Connor Walsh to Lauren Hayes." The document showed a wire transfer of $43,000 from an account in Connor's name to a woman named Ashley Reyes, dated 6 weeks earlier. Below it, a second page. A lease agreement for a 1-bedroom apartment in South Austin, signed by Connor and Ashley, starting next month. The fire crackled in the silence. Connor's glass slipped from his fingers and shattered on the patio stones. Lauren stared at the screen, then at him. "What is this?" she asked, voice small. Connor tried to laugh it off. "That's not. Someone must have hacked." "It's not hacked," I cut in, calm. "I saw the bank notification on your laptop last month when I was borrowing it to print the playlist for your birthday party. You'd left it open. I didn't say anything then because it wasn't my place. But tonight you made my relationship everyone's business, so I figured fairness matters." Lauren took the phone from my hand, scrolling. Her face went from confusion to recognition to something harder. "You told me that money was for a down payment on a bigger house. For us." Connor opened his mouth, closed it. No one spoke. Even the music from the outdoor speakers seemed to fade. I looked at him directly. "You called my loyalty sad. Maybe it was. But at least it was honest. Yours was just expensive." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The document did the rest. Lauren asked everyone to leave an hour later. I stayed to help her gather the plates, the way I always did. She didn't cry in front of me. She just moved like someone underwater. When the last car pulled away, she hugged me hard and whispered, "Thank you for not letting me find out alone." I moved out of the group chat the next week. Stopped going to their gatherings. Javier and I started having the hard conversations we'd avoided, about schedules, about resentment, about what we both actually wanted. We chose couples therapy instead of quiet endurance. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Months later, I heard Connor moved into that South Austin apartment alone. Ashley had taken the money and left. Lauren kept the house and Scout. She texts sometimes, short updates, no pressure to reply. Here's what stayed with me. Loyalty isn't blind patience. It's choosing someone every day, even when it's hard, and expecting the same in return. If someone ridicules your effort in public, they're usually protecting their own secrets. You don't owe them your silence. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for a friend is refuse to let them be humiliated alone. And the strongest thing you can do for yourself is decide your truth is worth more than someone else's comfort. Peace doesn't always feel gentle in the moment. Sometimes it feels like broken glass on a patio in a room gone quiet. But it's still peace.